Good morning, my friends. Hope you're all having a wonderful day or morning. It is quite early. It's 6:30 in the morning, and I just prepared my face, so I thought I'd save you a good 5 minutes of me trying to make my brows. I have started using the Say Wonder Gel, the Glowy Super Gel, sorry, in Star Glow. I used that as a base. Then I used the Lisa Eldridge Enhancing Skin Tint, Seamless Skin Enhancing Tint, and I'm in the color T3. I have had some bad rosacea popping up, sorry about that, so I'm not going to try to cover that at all. I've then primed my lids using the Urban Decay Primer Potion, same one that I always use, and I have finally put on my brows with my Depend Twin Thin Brow Pen. I know that one is looking a bit weird, but they're not the same, my brows, unfortunately. So the other one of them is slightly higher than the other one, so I'm going to leave it at that. They are sisters, not twins, and they shouldn't be because it wouldn't look natural. I'm continuing on my Natasha Denona mini, exploration, I would say. I am going through all my Natasha Denona mini palettes, and today I'm going to use the Biba palette, the mini Biba. Yesterday I used the mini rose palette, so I think this is day 9 using my mini palettes, and I have a good few left. I don't even know, I haven't counted how many I have, but it's probably at least around 18, I would guess, something like that. So today we're using the Biba palette. I am going to start off with a clean brush, obviously. I think this one is from Flair. It's a synthetic brush. I mostly use synthetic brushes. I am going to start using this little guy. If you want the shade names, I'm sorry, because I have to put on my glasses all the time. We have, I can't even see, it's written on white on a light beige. That's brilliant. We have Bruno, Izzy, Blaze Nude, Plush, and Wink. So does it say? Yeah, Bruno is that one. Izzy, Blaze Nude, Plush, and Wink. I'm not going to repeat that because I'm not going to remember. So I am starting with this guy. Today I am building, we are exhibiting at a fair, the Antiques Fair. So I am Bob the Builder today, hence the nice t-shirt and tights situation going on. However, I thought I'd just pop on and do my makeup anyways, so it's going to look weird with me being in full makeup in tights and t-shirt. But that's all right. My colleagues probably wouldn't blink because I don't think they've ever, well, they have seen me without makeup, because in the summertime I'm usually a lot more lazy. And I find that I don't like applying makeup as much in the summertime. So today we are building the exhibition, which will be fun, but it will be very nice when it's over. I have been working with this now for a good 2-3 weeks, going through all the stuff that we are exhibiting, making sure that it's clean, making sure what kind of gems are in all the jewelry, measuring all the gems. And I think we have somewhere in the region of 850 pieces. It's not just jewelry, it's art, it's items. So it's not, I haven't had to go through 800 pieces of jewelry, thankfully, but probably in the region of 200-300. So it's a lot, but it's fun. It's nice pieces. We have some very, very nice art coming up. For those of you who are new to the channel, hello, my name is Sia. I am 47 years old. I am a gemologist, so I work with gems and jewelry. I'm also head of jewelry at Scandinavia's largest pawnbroker. And now we are going to exhibit at the Antiques Fair, which we have been doing for the past 6 or 7 years, I can't remember. So it's every March we're doing that. I am also, we have a workplace reality TV show called Pantbanken on Swedish national TV, which is great fun. And that one is, we are airing season 4 on March 17th. So that's going to be fun. So I am doing a lot of PR and stuff right now, because I am one of the, I don't know if you call it a main character, because I'm not a character, I'm me. But I'm one of the main people on the TV show. So I'm very, very involved in the PR side of things. Going into the slightly darker one, just to giving it a little bit more depth, I'm going to use the same brush as I used previously. And this one, I can't read that, sorry. You're just going to have to go back and look at the names. My eyesight is not what it used to be. I can't do anything without glasses anymore, unfortunately. Well, I can wear a loupe, of course, and I can use my microscope without problem, which is important for me, because that's usually what I have around my eyes. I won't go anywhere without a loupe. That's my absolutely favorite little gadget. You can never have too many lipsticks, and you can never have too many loupes. You have at least one loupe per handbag, just so you know. And loupes are very good, not just at looking at gems. They are good for everything. When you can't read the name of the lipstick, for instance, and good stuff like that when you're out shopping. I do look slightly insane when I'm lipstick shopping and I'm pulling up my loupe to see what the name of the lipstick is. But that's fine. I'm going into this one. This one has a slightly different formula to the other ones. This is actually Natasha Denona's cream to powder formula. I like it. I don't love it. And I think most people that I look at YouTube, like discussing Natasha Denona, seem to love this formula. To me, it's not as pigmented as the mattes, so you have to like build it up, and I normally don't really have the patience to do that. I am getting along better with it now, but when I bought my first Natasha Denona palettes, I was really, really bummed, because I thought that I would love it, because everyone was just, they were throwing so much love on this type of shadow, and I just didn't get it. I do appreciate it better now, but it's not my favorite. I prefer the mattes and things like that. There we go. I know, trust the process. I look like an insane person. That's fine. I'm going into the slightly darker one. This is a very nice shade. I always like the dark ones, because that's when the magic happens. For me, the perfect palette has a very, very light shade and a very, very dark shade. Obviously, for me being super pale, a very, very light shade is not very useful for, I would say, 99% of the population. So it is rather hard for me to find a palette that I actually think is like top notch. Yesterday I was wearing the mini rose. I'm sure that this little guy would be a very, very good highlighting shade for most people, but it's the color of my skin. So for me, it does absolutely nothing, which is somewhat problematic because there's nothing in this palette that would give me enough highlight to be able to use on my brow bone or on my inner corner. But that's what it is. I completely understand. I am much more fair than most, I would say. Especially now. And in the summertime I can do better because I do get a little bit of color. So then I can actually use some of the lighter shades as highlighters. But for trial purposes it's very difficult because I like to have like a bright inner corner, and it is difficult. I have had some fallout with this one. You can see that now. I'm also sorry about the state of my mirror. This is my favorite mirror. It's been around. I travel with it loads. I do travel a lot. I haven't done thus far since January. Well, technically since November. But I am starting my travels next week. I'm flying off to Amsterdam and then taking the train down to Maastricht. And we are going to TEFAF, which is the world's most exclusive antiques fair, or antique show, if you're in America. It's absolutely breathtaking. That is just beyond. You can find pieces by Picasso, you can find, like, it's all museum stuff, literally, that you're allowed to walk up to and sometimes touch, which is just incredible. And I'm very fortunate to have a bunch of friends working with high-end, they work with high-end jewelry. So we are going there to look at some of the Fabergé pieces and things like that, which is smashing. I am going to borrow from the lightest shade of my little mini Xenon palette. This white one is the best thing ever for me because it's bright enough to use as an inner corner. So I absolutely love this little guy. This is one of my most used palette. I don't really like the grays. I don't use grays that much, especially not these kinds that are a little bit more blue leaning. I don't like the way they look on my eyes. I can wear them, obviously you can wear any color, but it just doesn't flatten my skin tone at all. I prefer grays with a little bit more brown in them, so more taupey, like warm grays. But the black and the white in this is just divine. So if you can see, there's a huge dent in the white one. I use this one a lot, and I usually bring it with me when I travel, because then I can bring literally any palette, and then I have a light enough and I have a dark enough shade that I can mix. So you can see. Good, huh? I am going to put a little bit on the top of my brow bone as well. So I am cheating a little bit because the light one in this, the Biba palette, is absolutely not light enough for me. But it's my rules, so I can choose, and I'm cheating. I am going to use the entire Xenon as well for you, so you will see me wearing the grey. One of my challenges is also, I promised myself that I would use all the colors, so that's what I'm doing. I am going to use a little bit more of the cream to powder shade, this one, underneath my eye, just to mix it up and get a little bit more color. I am taking the same brush. This is an old Makeup Geek brush. Makeup Geek haven't been around for a good I'm really bad at years and stuff, but it's probably been 5-6 years since they closed. But I think Marlene Estelle that used to own Makeup Geek, she has a new brand now. I have no idea what it's called, but I saw something online. I haven't tried it yet. And then finally we are going in with this one, and I am using my finger. I find that it's the absolute easiest way to apply. This is an absolutely stunning shade. It is quite light, but it does have a base color, so it's not really light enough for me, at least now. I could probably use it as an inner corner in the summertime, because it is quite fair, but it does have like a beige base. So right now it's just way too much base color for me, but it is absolutely stunning. And I'm putting it on top of the darkest one that I've used as a kind of liner. There we go. I think that is the final step of my eye makeup. I am going to put on, as usual, some liner. I'm going to tight line. I think I'm actually going to use a black. Is this one the black? No, that's the blue one. When I have all the lights on, it's quite difficult to see what colors I have on my Victoria Beckham pencils. And I have a bunch, and I can't find the black one. So I will be using my little MAC one. That one is easy to find in my makeup bag because it's the only one I have that is bright pink. I need to sharpen it though. Oop, did I break it off? Yep, there we go. So this is the MAC, it's something 24 hours. Extreme Black in Extreme Dimensions 24-hour Kajal. But it's the only one from MAC in a bright pink packaging, so it's easy to find. This one, I've told you about this a million times before. This one is really good. It stays put. This is an old Raver Stream. It does stay on and it doesn't smudge, and I love it. I should probably have gone with a brown, but that's all right. I am going to put on some black mascara, so. Oop. Just dragging it out a little bit on the side. There we go. Onto mascara. Still using my Sumptuous Extreme. This is the travel size. It has held up very well. I started using it. Oh, I'm going to use my lower lashes first. Yay. I started using it just before Christmas, so I thought I'd finish it off. It has stayed well. I mean, it's held up. I still have a lot of product. I can feel that it's getting a little bit more dry now, but that's fine. I mean, I've been using it for 3 months, so that's pretty decent. This is the step I'm sorry that you guys have to join me on. It is one of the more boring steps, apart from putting on my brows. But I really never ever put on my eyeshadow after my mascara. Mascara is always my final step. not really interested in trying it in any other way. So you just have to endure looking at me applying my mascara, making black splotches across my face, because that's usually what I do. I don't know if it's the shape of my eyes or just the messiness of myself, but I always end up making black dots all across my face, which is fun. It's always fun when you're stressed and you drop your mascara brush and you have like a black stripe. That has happened on so many occasions. I wouldn't be surprised if I do it now. There we go. Oh, I forgot to apply some blush. I am going to use, I think I'm going to use the Say actually. This is the Say Baked Blush in Mia. So it's almost like my name, Sia. But I think that will go well, I hope. Just taking a little It Cosmetics brush, an old one. Don't know when I got it. It's probably been in my makeup bag for a good 10 years. I know that it was way before It Cosmetics arrived here. I used to buy it in the States. And there's a huge difference to what you can purchase from It Cosmetics in the States and in Europe. I've used their CC cream, the Illuminate CC Illuminate or CC Illumination cream for probably the past 10 years. And you used to be able to find that in Europe, but you can't. So I was a bit worried that they discontinued it. But when I came to the States last year, they still had it. So I bought two. Because that's been my absolute favorite. I don't have any problems with the original CC cream. I think that one is lovely. It's just that I prefer the Illumination one. I am going to use some highlighter. This is the Victoria Beckham highlighting stick in Pearl. I'm just going to put on that on the top of my cheekbones, because I always do like a little highlighter. Everything is nicer with sparkles. Hence my handle, Sparkling Sia. It's actually an old colleague of mine. She used to call me Sparkly because I work with jewelry. And I was working for an auction house and she was in the marketing department. So she would just yell, "Sparkly, where are you?" So then I became Sparkling Sia, and I have been on Instagram and well, now YouTube for probably 10, 12, 15 years or something like that. So that's how I got my handle. Finally, throw my concealer everywhere. I am going to put on my Giorgio Armani lip gloss. This is in color 7. And I still haven't figured out the name. It's something with nude. I don't know why Giorgio Armani refuses to put the names on the products on the packaging. It's the same with the eye tints. I know that my brown one is called Cashew, but it says just 22 or M22 on that one. So there we go, my friends. That's the look for today. I'm going to go off and play Build a Bob or Bob the Builder all day, and going to work construction for a bit, which is exciting, wearing my Natasha Denona Biba palette. I hope you're all having a wonderful